Masterminds is surprisingly based on an actual true story and stars Zach Galifianakis, Kristen Wiig, Owen Wilson, Jason Sudeikis, Leslie Jones, Kate McKinnon, and others about one of the biggest cash heists in history on American soil. And I really don't know, I can't believe this was a true story. It's about Zach Galifianakis, who works for a delivery service where they transport money. I think it's called like Loomis, and he works with Kristen Wiig, and she quits, and she teams up with Owen Wilson and his friends, and they want to rob this place inside this vault that has like $17 million, and Zach Galifianakis goes along with it because he really loves Kristen Wiig, and so he does it, and just a bunch of things goes wrong for him, and he ends up leaving the country, and people are after him, and it's like, I can't believe this was a true story. If this was how it was in real life, people are a bunch of idiots. And this is directed by Jared Hess, who brought us the movies that a lot of people like that I don't care much for, and that's Napoleon Dynamite and Nacho Libre. This movie was filmed in like 2014 and was supposed to come out last year. Now it's coming out this year because of the company lost so much money and just went bankrupt and just got rid of like all their films. And now we got to see Masterminds, and it's an okay film. A lot of people are bashing this movie, and it's like it's one of the worst comedies ever made, and I could definitely see that. But if you appreciate Zach Galifianakis and his dry humor and his awkward humor, then I think you can definitely find some humor in this movie. I really appreciate Zach Galifianakis' humor, especially when he works with Tim and Eric. I love when he guest stars on their shows and on the YouTube videos. So I like watching him, and I did see a lot of that humor in this movie, and a lot of that dry humor, the awkward humor that many people might not be into. And since I am into that kind of humor, I think that's what made me like this film a little more than I actually should. The film is lazy. There's times where the jokes do not land. Some of the characters are poorly written. But overall, there are some times where I did laugh. I did find Kate McKinnon to be hilarious. I'm liking her more and more every time I see her. Everybody else was just how they are normally. I mean, Owen Wilson is how he is in like every single movie. And so, just didn't care about some of those other side characters. The film was lazy at times. Surprisingly, had a pretty good pacing to it. I did like some of the dry humor, and I laughed throughout. And I know a lot of people didn't, but I guess if you have to really appreciate Zach Galifianakis and some of his humor after the Hangover movie, like the whole Hangover trilogy, he's pretty funny in that, but I think there's sometimes he's even funnier, like on YouTube videos and Tim and Eric shows. That's where I find him to be the funniest, and he definitely brought a lot of that dry humor into this movie. But besides that, it was an okay film. I laughed here and there. So I'm gonna go ahead and give Masterminds a C. Have you guys seen Masterminds? I remember trying to go see this movie August of 2015. Didn't realize that they just scrapped the movie as a whole, and then it's like September 2016, here it is. It was definitely worth the wait, I think. So remember, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel here on YouTube. You can also find my Facebook page at the same name. The link will be down below for that. This is Just Watch Movies, and you stay classy, YouTube.